What is good, everybody? It is your boy Cab back with another Xenoverse 2 DLC 15 video for you guys. Today we are here to take a look at all 8 new Super Souls in DLC 15 between the free update and paid side of this DLC. Now before we get into it, gotta give a shout out to the homie Reach Out because he is the one who did the data mining for these Super Souls. Obviously the DLC is not even here yet and we can already get the description. But due to this, man, we can already get the descriptions of these Super Souls. So let's jump straight into it and take a look at these guys. First up, we have a Super Soul from Gamma 1. I'll be the one to fight you. Temporarily forces all enemies to target you. Boosts attack strength by an XXL amount. Reduces damage taken by an XXL amount. And then also boosts your stamina recovery by a large amount. Really, it just depends on how long the Super Soul lasts. Because it says when the battle begins, so you know it's going to start right away. Now, if it lasts like a minute into the battle or something like that, which is possible, that would be an absolutely insane Super Soul. Now I would assume it's probably going to be somewhere between like 20 to 30 seconds probably, but the boosts alone are kind of crazy. So again, if it actually has some decent time to it, this Super Soul may be pretty decent or good overall. Moving on to the next one, guys, we have This Is Your True Power from Gamma 1 once again. Now this one I'm a bit confused on. I wonder if there was like something wrong in the files or in the wording of this Super Soul, because we have had Super Souls misworded in the past. But it says when using Just Guard, which is basically perfect block, temporarily reduces strength of all attacks of opponents' attacks by a small amount, but it also then says temporarily increases damage taken from all attacks by a small amount. So you would be reducing the amount of damage your opponent does by 5%, but then increasing the amount of damage you take by 5%. So that would just basically cancel each other out. So I think the wording of this Super Soul is a bit off, because if not, then it's literally just it's a Super Soul that does nothing. It would be the first Super Soul ever that literally just does nothing. So moving on to the next Super Soul, guys, we have Gamma 2 Super Soul. You need to be more careful. This one, once only one guard is broken, recovers from guard break. If that means like you fully recover your stamina right away in some kind of way, I don't know how exactly that would work, but that would be absolutely insane. Now, this could have a different meaning, like maybe you're able to recover and get up quicker or something along those lines. But again, if it actually means like you get all your stamina back right away pretty much, that would be absolutely insane and one of the craziest Super Souls we've ever seen. But then it also says once when the opponent uses an ultimate attack, recovers stamina by an XXL amount as well. So this is another interesting part of this, because what if they use an ultimate attack while your stamina broken? How would that necessarily work, considering most ults are used when people are stamina broken? So this is an interesting Super Soul that we definitely have to test more, obviously, when we get our hands on it, but sounds like it has some interesting effects without a doubt. Now, next up we have another Gamma 2 Super Soul. Still haven't figured out. You're going to lose. When an enemy is KO'd, boost amount of ki restored by amount of your opponent's opponents KO'd. Medium can be stacked up to 10 times. So really just kind of a Super Soul that you may want to use in parallel quests, but even then, not that great of a Super Soul for parallel quests. So kind of a doo-doo Super Soul overall right here with this one without a doubt. Now moving on to the next set of 4 Super Souls, guys, we have Hee I'm Not As Rusty As I Look. This is from Gohan. It says always extends own guard break time by a medium amount, which kind of sucks because that means you're going to be stamina broken for longer. But then it also says when succeeding a Just Guard, boost all attack by a medium amount and can be stacked up to 3 times. So essentially you can get a 30% damage boost by perfect blocking your opponent 3 times. That is absolutely insane. That's basically a Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Awoken skill just by perfect blocking your opponent 3 times. And the only negative of it is that your stamina break when you get guard broken would last much longer, or by a medium amount longer, 10% longer than it normally would. So this Super Soul sounds like it kind of can be crazy. I'm not going to lie, because again, it kind of gives you a free Awoken skill if you perfect block your opponent 3 times, and a OP Awoken skill at that, because you're getting a 30% boost to all damage categories. So that one seems like it's very interesting. Just got to really see how much longer that effect on the stamina break actually lasts, even though most of the time nowadays when you do get hit by a stamina break, you are going to die. But it's next Super Soul up we have is See It's a Good Thing I Was Here, right? This is from Krillin. Only once when using Flash Revive, all allies and self temporarily enter health auto recovery mode. Kind of like a raid Super Soul, if anything. Next up though we have I Can Tell You're an Amateur by the way you pose. This is a Hercule Super Soul. Once when locked onto an enemy, temporarily weakens strength of all attacks by a medium amount, and then temporarily reduces amount of opponent's ki restored by a medium amount as well. Again, really not a great super soul by any means. Don't really see any uses, not even in like raids or parallel quests for that one right there. And then finally up we have, I have no idea what this is right here, Yuzukar. I have no idea who that is, but it's called that's minus 10 points. Once only when hit by a heavy smash, reduces opponent ki by an XXL amount. I mean, that's kind of useful, I guess you could say, because if you get hit by a heavy stamina break, you are going to be, you know, in a position where you can get ulted. So if you do reduce your opponent's ki by an XXL amount, that will help you, because again, they're not going to have as much ki maybe to pull off their ult. Like if there's someone who just has 5 bars of ki or 6 bars of ki, for example, this can put them in a position where they can't even use an ult that they have on their build. So it can be useful, but at the same time, not a super soul that I would really ever run or recommend running at the same time. Now, those are all 8 super souls that we got in DLC 15. There are a couple interesting ones. I believe Gamma 1 super soul, this one right here, can be interesting depending on how long it lasts. It can be very trash at the same time if it's only like 15 to 20 seconds. This one, I'm just really interested on the miswording right here. Like, this has to be a miswording, because if not, it's literally a nothing super soul. Gamma 2 super soul sounds kind of interesting. Again, if this literally lets you get your stamina back right away after you get stamina broken, that would be absolutely insane. And then this super soul right here from Gohan seems like it can be very good as well when it boosting all attacks by a medium amount for every perfect block that you pull off up to 3 times. So again, there are some good super souls and some interesting ones, I guess you could say, and then there are some trash ones at the same time. But let me know what you guys think about the DLC 15 super souls down below in the comments. But as always, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time, hope you guys have a good one. Peace, y'all.